Great to see you all here. Thank you again. We're going to work on continuing the stuff that I was doing yesterday with Adobe Stock. So I got all of those metal machinery files uploaded. And here, I'll show you. You'll see the submissions so far. And I told you I was doing a mixture of flat and graded. So some of these here. So this was the graded one. Now you remember, I was matching a grade on some of these. Oh wait, you're not seeing it because I don't have my screen spoke over either. Oh, for heaven's sake. It's a good thing you're not seeing that. This is going to be fantastic. I can tell. It's too much going on. Okay. Perfect. Excellent. Ah, there we are. All right, I'm about to hospitalize myself. As I was saying, you remember, oh sweet, you'll remember when we were matching the look to one of the other clips that I found when I searched on metal machines, metal drill. Hey, Oriel. So, little tip, and I thought, well, why not? So every time I kept searching for like metal something or other, this clip of these metal drills in this particular grade kept coming up. So I thought, well, obviously that one's pretty popular, albeit tagged properly as well. Why not create a little sub-series that can accompany those? So I graded a bunch of these. You still have the flat one, or you'll have the ability to get a flat one, assuming they approve them. They may not. I don't know. I don't know about this one. Anyway, let's get a look here. So here's a flat and graded. This one here. Just, It was easy to tag these, coming up with titles though, because I don't even know what half of these things are. So this one I think I did a grade of it. Yeah, this was I think the original clip that I tried to match. Finland, that's right. In fact, thought Tinty, when you're uploading your video to Fotolia/Adobe Stock, you have to list the country where the video was created or representing. So all of these in the metadata have Finland tagged in them. All right, CBR, see you momentarily. Yes, I do need more coffee. Thankfully, I just got it. It is full and ready to be consumed, and we have monkeys today. That's why there's all that monkey business going on. So, yeah. The grade to match the one that's already up there that's very popular, and then my flat original. Some of these motorcycle shots. I don't know. They're pretty short, and they're pretty, I don't know, a couple of them have a little slight stabilization artifacts. I'm just going for it. I mean, that's kind of, like I said, there's no cost to you. There's no reason not to try and submit it. I mean, I think some of them are quite beautiful. And some maybe beautifully shot had they been shot steadily in advance. Some of them post-stabilization didn't turn out so well. This is quite pretty. It's nice, good framing. I know I'm cutting it off with myself there. Sorry. Here, let me shrink this down. There we go. So yeah, these were what the finals were. So there's the flat and then the graded one. Same there. So yeah, so those are done. Mm-hmm. Nice. Very cool. All right. So let's go back. So what I would like to do is, go back through the ProRes ones and cut up the compilations from those ProRes masters. I think that would be super cool. By the way, Taria, I'm taking that down. Wait a second. Because I'll add that to the metadata too. So yeah, so I'm going to go through the now these are the ones that I reselected here. Yeah, see some of these, just the grading, it's a little extreme. It's a little bit extreme. It's okay. Oh, do you like that? Hello from the kitchen. Okay. So, but I want to go back to both sets of sources and try and maybe recut a couple of these, and also just find the flat versions for that matter. Oh, look, there's Paul and Terry. What did I say these are? Oh, this is funny. When I was presenting this stuff at the time, you can't see it. I'm just zooming in on the screen here, but this is a pic of the the picture control settings for the Nikon D800 that I was showing what you should do before you shoot. Dropping contrast all the way down, dropping saturation, dropping sharpening. So I used to bring that up during when we were presenting. Oh, there's that full sunrise. Here, so let's see, how big is all of that? Oh, what is this? Column 1, 2, 3. What? Strange. Okay. I think this is the hand. Yeah, this is the handheld one. I think you can actually hear me going. This 400mm lens. Oh my God! Trying to hold it steady while the sun is moving, this quickly. All right. Okay. All right. Be right back, Paulina. See you momentarily. Okay. So I really enjoyed going through this footage yesterday. I hope you enjoyed it too. Oh, you know what? Too, I've shown it. I don't know if you want to see that. This is I can just show it to you really quickly. This is from the reel that I cut together for Nikon, introducing the D800, and this was like a first rough cut recut in 1080, 1 minute, and it has the then unfinished instrumental of Sabi Sabi. I don't know if I showed this or not. Do you want to see it? I'll play. It's a minute. Right. Just so you'll get context for some of these shots and how they were used here. I apologize if I used white flash frame transitions at the end. I hope this is the edit where those were taken out. It was a camera thing. They were using it in some of their marketing, but I wound up taking it out for them in the end because it was too... You'll see. I cut at the end all these animals against the beat, and initially it had all these flashes, but it was too much. All right, take a look and listen. The tweet didn't go out? Son of a gun. Interesting. Hold on before I play this. Here, I'll play it now. faster. Really sounds good. That's MP4. Huh? That sounded good. Going to, or have you made a video of all these beautiful African shots? This obviously is the audio track. Yeah, I think you just saw it. Admiral Shane. Thank you. Yeah, so that was wow, that's 4 years ago. Holy. Time flies. Okay. Anyhow, let's go back to the media browser. So in here, D800, these are the D4 clips. I think most of you have seen all those before and after grade things that I've shown before. Those are super cool. Kind of getting an idea of, again, just like, you know, pre-grade, pre-noise reduction, just various processes. What am I looking for? Oh, it's this one. Hold on. Looking for files again. Yeah, sorry, Admiral Shane. I think I'm delayed here. I should probably restart this. There we go. Good thing I remembered that path. 15 folders deep. Africa. Thank you, Oriole Vertigo. Still not happy with that the released mix, but this rough mix at this very early stage, I don't even think I'd recorded the lead vocal yet necessarily. Or certainly it hadn't been, I mean, there's no horns, there's a whole bunch of things missing on there. I prefer that mix. Who took all this amazing footage? Ah, you're very kind, sir. You're looking at him. Okay, so these are the raw ones. Did I already bring these down here? Did I already cut these up? So these look like progress. Yeah, we were stabilizing stuff at the end of yesterday. You can see that flash bulb there. Someone took a shot with a flash. I took a shot with a flash. I don't think it matters. I think I'll just start fresh. Good scrubbability today. Look at what's happening. Did a quick restart there. Good scrubbability. Very, very fast. God, this stuff is super saturated. But it actually looks okay on these scopes. It's just alright. I wouldn't. It's fine. I just wouldn't saturate things like this now. I like it. Yeah. What's fun watching that little Sabi reel is that, again, you know, all that's handheld, so you can appreciate some of the stabilization stuff that had to go on there. Okay. You know, I really need another monitor. All right, I'm gonna have to put some of these. I'm gonna put this other media browser down there because it's gonna drive me nuts. I guess I don't really need Lumetri open, but this way we can kind of treat and do stuff as we go. Maybe I move myself. I can be smaller. You don't really need to see me so big. Why don't I do that? Let's go crazy and change things. Wait a minute. Can I duplicate this? I don't really want to move it. I don't feel like it. Got it carved out for all the apps now. Then I'll have to put it back again. There's no just easy duplicate right here. Just add a scene. Does anybody know the keyboard shortcut for duplicating a scene in OBS V13? Go. Then I'll move the camera up there. Oh, that's a level of surprised, unexpected, not laziness, but resistance to sudden change. Bit of inertia right there, man. Okay. So what should we start with? The lions. See what's in any of these files. Oh, see, I gotta change that. Let's put the source over here for the moment. Oops.
Doesn't a lot on it.
It's really hard. Yeah, this looks like a lot of very shaky. Good stuff of some trees, but just too shaky even. You know? It doesn't even look... It doesn't even look like I'd be able to even stabilize that at all. Let me just clean up some of these things here too. Progress, why is that there? That's the Adobe stock download panel, of course. Just moving these things. I told you there's some new stuff coming in the UI for Premiere and After Effects, and at the very moment I'm forgetting the keyboard shortcut, but like right now, while you can gesture to move between the tabs here, it's like it's too responsive, it's too fast, the tabs become the length of the text itself, so things often are hidden even when there's just a few, like here. I mean, I don't have that many open. I guess I can close this. Yeah, that's better. Anyway, but you're going to be able to use a shortcut. And then... Oh, is it just a keyboard? I can't actually remember now if it's another gesture or just a keyboard shortcut to flip through them, but very fluidly. I showed it in After Effects. I didn't get to show it in Premiere when we did the reveal, but super cool and just easier to navigate inside the panel. I mean, I love our panels. I love the way they're done, but that little fly out to move between multiples has always been, cumbersome, and it's rocking. It is rocking now. All right, so that's a clip of nothingness. So let's forget that. This one here. I think I'm hand-holding that 400 again. It's a bear. And then I think with these, still hang out. The Jeeps have these things on the side. They actually have mounts for cameras with large telephoto lenses on them. So I think at some point I know I switched over to that because. Hey, who's getting a little seasick right about now? Look at this. I think actually the camera was... Yeah. Oh no, I'm moving.
That's not for you.
I'm just trying. I don't know what I'm doing there. Okay. Forget that. I know the PR environment is always 32-bit. Oh, the Premiere environment is always 32-bit. Last year I made a graphic in PS and I made it as an 8-bit image. Same in AE. My project is 8-bit. Do I have to recreate everything from scratch to get the full color space from the images, or ditch AE and PS? So 8-bit image in A. So well, I was gonna say, I mean, you can still run 16. So as long as you've got After Effects in 16-bit, Premiere Pro will see it as greater than 8, and on the Premiere side rendering, you're fine. As far as the file format in 8-bit goes, though, right, I mean, if you're... I don't know... I don't imagine... I don't know, I think it does. If you're in 16-bit in After Effects and have an 8-bit... Did you say it's a ping? Or a TIFF, and you, add a vignette or process in 16-bit... Is it processing it? It's processing at 16-bit, but you've got an 8-bit image. That bit I don't know. That part I'm not entirely sure. Very easy to see though. If you see banding, then, you know, even just do a, you know, put a vignette and then do a fade up from black. And if you see banding on the render, you'll know that it's doing it as 8-bit, and in which case you need to convert the file in Photoshop or whatever. Native PS files. Okay, yeah. How to colored gradient and notice and banding. Yeah, then that. So yeah. So in that case, and especially if you were running AE and 8-bit anyway into Premiere, then yes, you were exporting as 8-bit. So there's no question there. But yeah, yeah, exactly. Okay. So you got it. You know. So yeah, so you can test it again, converting, you know, switching After Effects to 16, and I can't remember if it will actually process it on top at 16. I don't know. I just can't remember. So you'll have to try that. But yeah, you know what to do. Groovy. Okay. This looks like another. Still trying to get steady. Okay. I'm still trying to like get steady. I don't know what all of these clips. I should just toss all of these. I can't mark them in the media browser. That should be something that we should be able to do. I don't think so. Can I? Well, I can mark in and out. No, I can't mark in and out. Media browser. Okay. Talking to myself here, but we should be able to mark these in the media browser. Perhaps I can in the newest version because we're bringing more ingest back into Premiere in this next update. There are likely some updates to media browser too. Yeah. Okay. Cool. You're sweet. I mean, you're sweet. You're get what I'm saying, Admiral Shane. Sweet. Hey, Aridai Tirado, how are you? Okay. So this one is this like the first one here where I'm finally somewhat stable. Still shaky as can be. So this is garbage. Yeah, you can see I shot a lot of these. A lot of them because nothing was happening, and a lot because obviously I was still trying to position myself. It's all horribly handheld, and I'm a good I'm a good handheld photographer, but with those lenses, I mean, it's just
like a charm, Rose. Thank you.
It's like, you know, very, very difficult. In a Jeep, no less. That's just too shaky.
Oh yeah,
There's Tara. Okay, now I'm zooming in. Garbage. Super tight, and there's like one of the that's probably one of the arms of the mount on the Jeep. Good job, Levine. Thank you, Aridai. Sweet, good job. That otherwise could possibly have been a decent clip, albeit with its shakiness. But as you can see, and this is a lesson I've learned from Terry White. See, and this is why I need to mark these, because I do just want to dump them. There's no reason to archive these anymore. 19 through 27 are all garbage. So they're blurry, I'm all over the place, shaking, you know, trying to position myself. 9 clips there, dump it to Mount Grumpet. No reason to keep these anymore. You know, am I ever going to go back and go, hey, you know, I really need one of those poorly shot, super shaky, pukey looking, out of focus, in the bush flat shots. Do I have any of those lined? Just, you know, and if that day comes and I don't have it, I'll go to Adobe Stock and find one. Or that kind of, if you're just trying to do crazy psychedelic dead grass in wintertime, you could make that in After Effects, I think, pretty easily, actually. It's probably an expression that will do. Hey, Valentino. Hey, so if I didn't, I think I said it on the stream, but I did check out your Adobe Stock UHD 4K flat fireworks file on Fotolia, and it's fantastic, man. Well done. So if you haven't seen Valentino's first contribution, there was another one too, a still, right? You had, was it a flower? I can't remember. You had one still, I think, up there too. Oh yeah, Admiral Shane, I know. Proxy workflow. It is phenomenal. And I've got a new here, I can just show you real quickly. Do I have this? Where did I store this file? Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah. So this is just a test, but I again, to kind of show it off better so that people understand how fast the switch, flipping of the switch works. My colleague Jenny and I made, well, so Dave Helmley, if you don't know Dave Helmley, he's an Adobe legend, and he actually originally came up with the idea to create a proxy preset that had, you can do all these overlays and things in the media encoder when you export, and he just built a proxy preset that, especially for demo purposes, overlays a very noticeable watermark, which you very likely would do with proxies anyway. So gave me the excuse and Jenny the excuse to rebuild it from scratch and just create content. So this is sourced from 6K Dragon. So this is shot by a group called Camp 4 Collective. I think I incorrectly spoke about this footage at NAB. my bad. And Camp 4 Collective, beautifully shot on red. And this is a 1024 by 540 proxy with the big transparent A and proxy written over top of it. So but all of this, like we were doing all this testing. This is what was super cool is Admiral Shane, love Dave Helmley. Where the heck has the tech table been? Yeah, well, Dave's kind of moved on to a bigger, more role with more sort of. He's working very closely. He's got like a personal thanks in the credits of Deadpool. So Dave's working with the big time as an Adobe rep and an Adobe legend, and yeah, he's awesome. He's a good man. He's a very good man. Anyway, so Jenny and I were testing all the various scenarios of made proxies in some other application, have to relink them and do all this stuff, and to see how it lets you move the data around and reconnect and all these things. And it's so good. Like they nailed it. They really nailed it. And they nailed it at a time when I can stop saying nail it now. They really perfected this process and made it simple and efficient and easy and fast at a time when you really need lightweight media, because we've got the 6 and I don't have the 8K stuff. None of this was shot 8K, but we've got all the 6K masters, and most of it is 6K. And I mean, it's a bear. It plays and it works even on my laptop with external media, but it can be rough. And real time, you notice all the stuff we've been scrubbing and messing around with, working in full this whole time very nicely. 6K on my laptop, this is just not happening. Just not happening. All right. Crab icon, not like Comic-Con. Lears. Okay. So let's see here. So we're still going through these. Yeah, okay, forget that. There's a poll in the middle of that one. So let's see. Did I move? Looks like I did. Okay, so now we're starting to get somewhere. Shaky. Adjusting aperture. I'm calling it out. That was F8. Okay. It's probably wicked bright. Wicked bright. So nothing's happening there. And then I think for the rest of like these next 4, which are longer, so it's 21, 15, 14, 22, 6, 15, 18, 36. I think he's like sleeping, and I'm like doing side to sides, kind of thinking like maybe he moved his ears there. I'm refocusing. This one's very shaky. Nothing good there. This one could possibly be a contender. Let's go back to this one. I know I've got others, but I thought I had more than one. Oh, this has got that stupid pole in there. Arg. All right, here, you know what? Because up until there, it's kind of a spacey effect. It's only got to be 5 seconds. Out. All right. Let's make a new sequence. Let's drag that in here, actually. All right. And let's see. So we'll just start a new timeline with lions. This is lions. Warm. Because there's the other shots from the other day where it was really, everything was sort of blue. Everything was just radiating this blue. This was a very sunshiny, warm kind of light, but look at that. So these were all, see, this was all prelude. All this naming and everything. All right, let's see. Done? Yeah. Didn't why didn't it cut to the in and out? That's weird. I think I had it one more frame before, right? I had it 606. The sounds of the Arhu. Oh, looks pretty good. No, Admiral Shane, and I was actually saying that yesterday too, is that, I mean, one of the things that you still have just more control, I think just easier, see, so this stabilizer applied here, it looked great. I'm not seeing any weird artifacts. Getting real-time playback. It's nice, right? It's super tight, but it's good focus. Yeah, another Terry White, and really any good photographer would tell you, but I learned so much from Terry. Eyes. Pull and focus on the eyes, and with that 400mm, I was able to see that reflection in his eye there, and just zoom it, nail the focus on that, and this is gonna look great. This is gonna look great graded. Freaking warp stabilizer, right? It's, yesterday I didn't have, not that I had no luck, but not as much luck with making things just look as great. Not the stabilizer's fault, my fault, crappy shooting, but that one, that's a keeper. He's a keeper. All right, so wait, where were we? 27. Okay, so 28 was that. I think we were here. This one could be called. It's again, nothing's happening, so I mean, I guess somebody could, make a good, probably do a live trace cartoon out of this. This might stabilize interestingly, but, just sleepy, sleepy lion. Bubble monkey. What's the context for that? I want to know. I just made a 16-ounce coffee. Wherever to go. That shot will definitely be getting hits on stock for sure. I think so, man, right? Yeah, fantastic. Ooh! Ooh! Like. So like. Looks good. Very pleased with that. Okay. So more sleepy lion. Brief opening of the head. I'm very shaky right as he opens his eyes, so pass. Sniffing the air, mildly closed eyes. Ooh, yikes. Okay, maybe the first 10 seconds might be okay. I see. Now I might have only have gotten one. Whatever is female there. Is the leopard female? Yes, the leopard is female. The one that you see marking its territory. See, there's a lot of shakiness here, but that was like after you can see and even though I'm starting, I definitely took a break, probably holding this, so did I get 5 seconds where the eyes open and he looks right at me? In this clip, I don't know. But the next one is where he walks away, so it must be. Because I know I got one, it's in the video. But I also use the head turn.
Long way.
I think I'm really close.
Alright, let's see. Yikes. So I'm bouncing all over the place there. So let me see. I'm going to pull this down into the timeline. Okay, I know definitely where I don't want it from. This is all. I even zoomed in at the end of the shot. Alright, I'll just take the whole damn thing. Maybe we'll put a cut in there. Just to preview. This was the lion, the twitch, and the warp effect. That's a good one. That's a good one, dude. That was a real laugh. That was good. The lion, the twitch, and the warp effect. It was a combination. We had some days off and chose to do it by capturing materials that we, for that next year, used all this stuff and built a whole series of assets around a travel site, and I can't remember what we were launching at the time. It was CS6, the reskinned Premiere. Oh yeah, it was good times. Reskinned Premiere. Premiere went to the darkened interface. Improved dynamic link. We had a lot greater support in CS6 for a lot of the CUDA cards and things, so acceleration. I think we added OpenCL in CS6 for non-CUDA based GPU acceleration. It's a good time. Let's do a cut right there. first song I wrote in Los Angeles upon moving there. Which, by the way, oh my god, yeah. So what is it? Today's 8th. So it's either yesterday or Sunday. I can't remember if it was the 5th or the 7th, but 21 years ago yesterday, I moved from Tennessee to Los Angeles. So yes, Oriole, it was a combo. It was a combo. So we chose to work, and it was a good thing. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. Yeah, right, CBR? Still processing here. Speaking of, I'm almost at the end of my chalice, and I've had a lot today. And I want more. Anyway, when I got to Los Angeles, the first gig I got was actually working for a company called Hancock & Joe, owned and co-operated by Herbie Hancock. And coincidentally, at that same time, I was also kind of really peek into Herbie Hancock's Headhunters album, 1973. It's kind of... It's not really the first fusion album per se, but it's the first hit, like a super hit fusion, jazz funk fusion record. I mean, it's phenomenal. And this was, I think, in the spirit of that, because I'm using this particular analog Moog bass synth line that I'm playing on there. So we're watching the stabilized version of this clip now. Oh, see, right there, barf. So it was good. This must have been just super, yeah, that's the thing with those lenses. You're like, I got it, 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 I don't got it. Like it happens that fast. Your arm just kind of gives out. Cut that right there. Because it was pretty good up until this point. It almost looked time remapped because nothing's happening. Just very slowly. All right, now full screen. Not dropping any frames. I saw a couple of slight... Okay, that's into the next clip. Slight glitchified artifacts, but not, nothing too major. All right, let's trim this rather to here. Yeah, so you know what? I think that's what I wound up doing in that video. Let's see if we, see what it had to do there because of the motion. 145.1%, that's a lot of scaling. So, let me just see if I did the stabilizing crop on this bit. It's really cutting off a lot of its head. Wow, that must have been really shaky right there. I wonder if I reanalyze this. Let's reanalyze this piece now that it's been clipped out. the result, I bet, is going to be a little bit different. All right. My landlord a couple years back was Herbie Hancock's nephew, who I think was freaky. Oh yeah, interesting. You know, I may have met that dude at his house. See, already you can see with the stabilized crop, it actually did much less cropping, and look, the whole head is preserved. So now if we go into auto scale, and we get the head turn with nice stabilization. Yes, but then it gets kind of messed up right there. So that is absolutely, that's the shot that I used in the final, because it's stable for, you know, a quarter of a second before you start seeing some of those artifacts. I wonder if I tried no motion. Let's see. Okay, the crop's a little tighter. Let's see if we have less artifacting. I think we've got more. Yeah, more. More or same, and more cropped. Alright, let's try perspective. I think that first move, here is causing it. I think I might need to cut it a little tighter. That's, you see that right there? In these two frames. Oops. It's doing something weird right there. Let's reanalyze this again. By the way, this may not be stockable if it's not long enough. What the heck? That's only 4 seconds. Nothing a little time remapping couldn't fix, but if there's the shake too, that's just going to make the time remap look even worse. So let's see. Yes. Ooh, that's way worse. So now you can see we're getting this weird, like... Here, I'll do that. Yeah, so you see how you're getting those... Zzz, 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 zzz. You're getting this very fine flutter. That's what we don't want. So let's go back to subspace. So that's... Whoops. That seems to... That seems to be the one. But it still has... Is it the first frame? This first frame, I have to cut that first frame. Did you see what I was talking about there now? Can you see it? So I kept seeing it right away. It was driving me nuts. That first frame, And I did reanalyze this shorter clip, but there must have just I cut it out to begin with, and I left a shaky frame in there, which is just throwing everything off. Now this is even shorter. And it's 1 frame shorter. But you see right there? It looks like someone's underneath and going like that. Yeah. No can see the rippling thing. Now, yes, I got you. Yeah. Ripply. And see, I very sneakily only needed to use that much for the intro video, which is all of a second and a half. That's all I needed. So that's again, that's that's what I've already got graded, is just that turn. Now the thing is, I mean, and this is something which I don't, I think as a it's from the stabilization. So, the movement, there was too much movement that it was trying to recalculate there. That's what's causing that. It's the stabilizer. That's why I'm changing the different methods to see, and it created or reduced or recreated that same artifact either a few frames before or after, or just warped by changing those methods. So, yeah, that's not actually in the shot itself. That's just an artifact of my, my poor shake on this piece. So let's see this one here. If there's anything there. Really moving around there. Let's see if there's a better one. Oh, that's it. Yeah, because here, I didn't even get him getting up, unless it's at the end of this clip. No,
There we go.
This one I stopped for a second and he just got up. The size of his head. I mean, you can see how close we are. We are very, very close. I mean, that's, again, it's 400 millimeter zoom, but maybe 2 meters away, 2 and 3 max. Maybe this guy was a little bit. It wasn't that. No, it wasn't. Yeah, 3.5, 4 meters away. Because you can see like the end of someone's lens right there. Craziness. And nothing good in there. So those are the best of those lion ones. It's not so many, right? But that's it, If you get one, or get a piece of one that I was able to use in the promo score. This is like, oh, is the camera on? Whoops. Again, I would dump that right now. No need to clog up my. No need to clog up my drive with unnecessary, unusable footage. Yeah, some of these are nice. This one, this moment, the sharp eyes, and these two. These are nice. There's some good stuff. Graded, it'll be very nice. It's really tight, so it might not be the shot for everybody, but they're damn pretty. Looks really good. playing around here for a second, just contributing this a little bit. It just starts to look like film. My Arthur Brown phase. Now with Livertree on there, it's going a little bit slower. Wee bit slower. I like it though. Okay, let's save this. So we got Lions Warm. Okay, so that's good. Success. Got a timeline there with stuff in it. I don't know of any prosumer that record to ProRes directly, but a lot of the lower end cameras, well, not a lot, but there's a few of the prosumer, you know, DSLR style ones. You know, if they've got HDMI out, even if it's 420, what is it called? The Key Pro, Blackmagic make those, or AJA? Who makes the Key Pro? It's spelled KI. They're fairly inexpensive alternatives. I mean, additions to being able to record externally to either ProRes or DNX. Probably doing DNX HR now, I would think. But I don't know. I mean, maybe there are. I mean, you've got obviously like Blackmagic Cinema that'll do CDNG. You know, and the Pocket Cinema, it's sub $9.99 now, I think. So that's a pretty good deal for. Is that 2.5K that one now? I'm forgetting. 2.5K, 1080, 30 max, right? Or does it do 60? I'm forgetting the specs. Okay. I didn't miss any. We just went through all the lions. Very nice. Yeah, oh yeah, this is the one this is 6. Okay. That's fun. Alright, let's see. I'll do this one. That's a nice clip. Oh, looks pretty good. See some flies on the eyes. See, this is often where I will do this. Wait a minute. Sorry. Cinema mode. Ooh. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah, you know what, man? I'm sick of H.264 Yeah, look at the flies. The flies on the eyes. So cool, you can see them. Not that we need to loop that anymore. We get it. It's 5 freaking seconds. Good job, yo. Okay, but see now, and we can do this, and you can see. Put my face back on here. Flat. Gridded. And I barely did anything. Light temperature. Intensity. Yeah, codec 5205. If Stan is still in here. Lions and finches. I'll probably tweak it a little bit more too. A little crispy. Make it a little more crispy, but healthy. Looking good. Looking good. All right. Here's something you haven't heard recently. It's rhino time. Yeah, got out of the truck and swatted the flies. Tell you what, man, I'll let you be the first. You go right ahead. Remember, they were like, no sudden movements. The Jeep sounds, the camera sounds, even talking. It's okay, but if you start going, whoosh, whoosh. As tired as he is, I think you might become lunch. Although, actually, what they said is when they have eaten and they are like this or post-battle, I mean, you could probably dance on their head and they wouldn't do anything. Rhino butts, yep, they're coming up for sure. So that bit might be cool. Okay, so here, let's. A lot of this is shaky. Here, I'm gonna go down to quarter. Get even more scrubby.
Granny is back for us.
This is quite a big male too, one of the dominant males of this area. That would have made a great video.
There's Terry. Yeah. Just not well framed. All right, Magenta X. Have a good sleep. There's no What am I thinking of doing? One in 8 Lion Clubs live to adulthood. Yeah. I will be twitching tomorrow. Magenta X. So have a good night. Okay, well, I'll just drag this down here in the meantime. Double time play it. Very shaky. Super shaky. Let's see. Start to trying to stabilize. Still too shaky. Trying to get an artistic shot. Just can't stay still. And I, you know, the thing is, again, on this Jeep, like, you think, why didn't you just change the lens, man? Well, you know, you're kind of out in the desert. Moving a lot. It's not... I did change... I think I had 2 bodies loaded, and maybe I changed it once. I mean, yeah, it's just too tight. It's too much of his head cut off. It's neat looking, but I think it's just too tight, right? Those creepy ears. Fun. Such amazing creatures. Scary as hell, but amazing. See, this almost would have been decent if my following was not so jerky too. Oh, but tail. All right.
Of course.
All right. Let me see if this can be salvaged at all. Make it a little more interesting. Rhino walking away.
He loved a little gal across the way, a tasty southern thing called Sally Mae. Johnny never knew
this is all garbage.
Sally loved him too until she came over to say till she said, hey, why don't you love me? You never thinking of me, but I'm always thinking of you. I love to hear you talk like
this is one of those intros, by the way, that Fuzzy wrote
you don't love me now, I'm gonna have to leave.
Oh yeah, all right on.
Honey, I can't stand the pain. Johnny took a hand and told her, please don't go. Don't you know I feel the same? He said,
All right,
beautiful doll,
let's move on. Why am I still even looking at this clip?
doll.
It's one of the ones at 57 seconds. Okay, trying to get super tight. I mean, this dude we were super close to, even closer than the lion. And they kept turning around, so I was like, well, you got butt. Look at how you can still see ribs, though. It's crazy. Skin, and you can still see like ribs penetrating through. So massive, so God, so incredible. I'm looking at it now. I'm getting chills. But let's see. Trying to find interesting bits to shoot, but you know, can't stay still. Garbage. Garbage. Hey, anybody watching Women's College World Series? Final game 3. It's on tonight. Oklahoma versus Auburn. No, I have another shot. You saw it yesterday. It was already pre-graded of, you know, the eyes through some bushes and things like that. I have the same shot somewhere else. Is that the focus ring? If so, it sounds like it needs to be oiled a little bit there or something. I can absolutely play Grandfather's Clock in the background. Whoops. What am I doing? I'm having, like, mouse trouble lately.
That felt good.
That was nice.
I never say that too, right?
Here, let's find it. I will find it for you. Oh, and you know what? I don't even have the latest version. I have the play next.
No. All right. Cut it.
They kept in this place. We had a smell from this thing.
the other stop.
Oh, we did, yeah.
All right.
Try
Take
again?
3. Yeah, sure. Then we will take it.
So this is a different one.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, it was real good kind of driving at that tempo.
Yeah.
2, 3.
If it's not concussion making, bone breaking football, it's like watching paint dry. Reach piece of 30 to 40. Yes! They do outweigh elephants. White rhino is the second largest land mammal. Yes, indeed. Whoops. And not on this trip. That one of those other times, years earlier, first time I think in Africa, in Pilansburg, saw the white rhino, and we were with a guide, and you didn't have to be with a guide. We were in a car driving again because it's more about a park. And these two guys got out of their car, 50 feet away from these. There were about 5 of them, and our guy, who was a guide for the park, he worked, screaming, "Get in your car!" Because at 30 to 40 miles per hour, and also they're you won't have, if you're far enough away from you won't have a chance. They will eat you.
Stop short, never to go again when the old man died. 90 years without slumber.
Oh yeah, you want to pick some stuff from the playlist?
Life
Sorry, I keep doing that. App focus.
short, never to go again when the old man.
I don't know, do you think that's interesting? This long bit here. Rhino obscured by bushes. Is see. Again, sound, we want that. I mean, there's, but you got key clicks, you know, camera clicks, I mean, so. So what do you think? Rhino behind the bushes? No, they didn't care at all. That's just that they're completely not bothered by the Jeep and the sounds that it makes and the sounds like that. None of that. That's what the guys are selling us too. It's all perceived sort of one thing. The animals don't care at all. But if you sort of do something outside of and you can hear the sound of that Jeep, the engine, because you were really rocking up very close in the bush often, like off the road into the bush. I mean, that's, you know, that leopard was one of those examples in darkness. It's pretty frightening because again, there's no, you could get eaten, you know. They're gonna definitely do their best to not let that happen, but it could happen. It could happen easier than not. Okay. Yeah, why the heck not? I have like a little shake myself. Do a new these are all. Oh wow, did I actually do all this? I did. Wow, did I do this all already? When did I do all of this? I'm confused. This project, I have all this stuff already subclipped?
Very close to 2.
Different lion here, as you can see. I guess I saw male lions 3 times on this trip. There's 3 different scenes. Or this may be the same lion as that other, but just in a different. Sometimes you move again to get closer. Wow, I already did this already. Yeah, right, Valentino? Totally. There's a buyer for everything right there when zoomed out too much better. Yep. Rhino's too obscured in the shot. My focus is drawn to out of focus bushes. Yep. There's a buyer for everything. Yes. You're delivering all of your stock footage at 1080. I think I recall you saying that stock won't accept upscale material. Well, I am delivering it at 1080 because that's the native size. You know, I mean, that's the thing. There's nothing preventing an upscale from happening. It would be, you know, I think you'd want to indicate in the description metadata upscaled from, just to be a good citizen. But because obviously there are just, and it would, you know, it's the kind of thing which the preview may or may not detail, just certain details that, as sharp as it may have been at 1080, it's not even sharpness. It's just there are certain things that natively done at 4K are going to resolve in a certain way that just doesn't happen because of the nature of how it was captured at 1080. So, but yeah, I'll be delivering these at 1080. Yeah. Now, you know, keep in mind too, nothing that says you can't have some kind of processed looking content as well. I could have lions in the street and kind of do some kind of trippy looking lion thing with the mirroring effect and scaled up. So, you know, in that case, I think it's a bit more legit because it's processed. But these, I mean, yeah, they're 1080. And like I said, I could probably get away with doing it, and it's just I would imagine they don't want that, of course, just because I would want native 4K too. Yeah. And like I said, you may or may not see what you won't get in the preview files. So
It was great. I mean, I think we played played one extra.
Yeah, I did because I didn't know.
You know, that's a great question. I don't know if their back end has an algorithm that can. I mean, you know, ultimately when something's exported, I wonder. I mean, yes, there's all kinds of metadata in there. I wonder if there's. I don't know if there's metadata that indicates that is kept that indicates where it would be exported from. Maybe. You know. Outside of the metadata, yeah, just an algorithm to tell? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they have it. I mean, I'm sure there is. I don't know that they have it. And that's what I'm saying, Admiral Shane. I mean, if I were to deliver something there in 4K that was upscaled, I would that would be in the title, you know, and then in the description, and I'd say, hey, this was shot, you know, blah blah blah. I've done a 4K version, upscaled, you know. I don't know that they'd even accept it necessarily, but if it looked good enough, I don't know why. Then again, I think it's kind of up to the buyer to say, yeah, I like it. You know, I've shown a couple of those things just real quickly here. Not that I'm selling this clip, but like a case in point of it looks so good. It would be very hard to say like, oh, okay, you know. Okay, so this is. I've shown this before, but I'll show it to you right now too. So this is the original clip, MVI 1676. So this was actually shot. I don't remember when this was shot. A long time ago, because this was my 7D. So here's the. And then that noise, the audio is so loud there. Sorry about that. But here's the. I don't even know if I kept the sound in this, but here's a 4K. 422HQ. And curiously, I didn't do it at 3840 2160. So it's upscaled even more than 200% from the 1080 master. And you know, seeing it here like this, I mean, there's no perceivable difference. And if you open this up with QuickTime Player, so I don't want fit to screen on. How do I get it to? I guess you can't do it in the because I'm not in. I'm only in 1080 right now. Oh well. Anyway, I mean, this 4K clip looks amazing. It's one of the very first. This is a copy of it, obviously, but this is one of the first like upscale examples that I tried. And I went outside my hotel, shot this in San Francisco, and upscaled it. And it was shockingly good. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, but I don't have great lenses. Yeah, and that's it too. I mean, I think some things will scale up better just based on the source, obviously. You know. But yeah, I would want any purchased media native too, of course. Yeah, and you'll see, and you know, again, you can often tell. That's how you can also tell a lot of things. I had someone say they accidentally like bought a time lapse, which I thought, well, I'm surprised you didn't see that in the preview, but you can tell, like, if the file format, especially is something like an H.264, and if it's 3840 2160, likely it could be GoPro, you know, and you can kind of sometimes see by just the look if it looks a bit fish-eyed, a little, or just ultra wide. Additionally, if you see, you know, like camera downscaled, you know, it wouldn't be a 3840, it might be a 4096 or some other variation thereof, several flavors of 4K from one of the multiples of its max frame size from whatever camera it was shot on. Then you can sometimes tell, oh, okay, this is, you know, what it was originally captured as or from. Yeah, I've definitely seen multiple flavors, and that's why, like I said, you know, and it depends what. Because some are scaling, like when you look at the side of like 5K, 4K red, and then it's like the 6K and 8K and the multiples that they actually have to get to 4,000 plus pixels. What they're really considering Ultra HD is the 3840 2160, which, I mean, some say that's not 4K. It's not technically. It's 3840 by 2160. It isn't, if you want to go straight by the numbers there. But you just saw there, like I think that's footage size is the standard size of like the classic Red 1. I can't remember now. Where did I just pull that from? Oh, from this track here. What was it? Yeah, 4096 by 2304. And I believe I've seen that offered on stock too. Yeah. God, this is depressing. Yeah, well, that's it, and it's the same thing. You can see 2050 or 2048 by whatever. It's not 1080, maybe it's 11 something. There's other flavors of 2K as well, and a lot of that had to do with if you were going out to like frames DPX. You're doing a DPX for cinema export. You'd be in that typically. I think it's been a while since I've had to deal with that, but you can see it. You can actually see the resolutions in the presets. Here, I'll just verify it for you. Not like I'm doing any DCP exports anytime soon. Yeah, so 2048 by 1080, 2048, 858, 1998 by 1080. So a couple different flavors there. And I believe we're supposed to have, I didn't check in this version if we have the 4K DCP. What did I say? I said DPX before. I meant DCP. Although DPX, also if you were doing Cineon exports previously for cinema, we have all those presets in here too. That's it. 1152. Yeah, so 2048, 1152 via DPX, 4096, 2048. And these presets we've had long before 4K was a standard. We've been working natively with Red 4K since CS5. Yep, exactly. More pixels, more space to crop. Yep. Okay. All right. So leave off here. Oh yeah. So wait a minute now. If I've got all these, when did I do this? Oh, this was a stock piece. I must have done this with some kind of stock thing. Because I was pulling like footage. So this is a preview that I downloaded from Adobe stock. You see now, this looks like this could be a zoo or just one of those parks where they, it's so sad, have the horns shaved off. Or one of the parks where they, again, they feed and kind of help the animals, because you're not going to just see like a thing of hay dumped down and zombie. Ah, okay. Rhino butt, super short.
Alright. Are you shooting the video?
Look at that. They're already cut. Already cut. Did I even bother to look at this? Yeah, let's kill that. That's, well, yeah, no. Just kill it. Let's see what this clip is. Yeah, this is a nice one. Now again, you've only got the first few seconds of the... See, I like that. And then the birds, and then the zoom in. I think that's okay with me. Like, that's... It looks very... It's just naturally shot. And this one, too, what's kind of cool about this... This is untreated. This is really nice. Yeah, look at the nice... nice blur you're getting here. Nice shallow depth of field used on this one. What an amazing creature there. Now that's a stockable piece of video if I've ever seen one. Oh, and the flies. Oh. All right. All the flies buzzing. Right there. Yep. Indeed, Valentino. And that's it. You know, they get so wrapped up in commercial stuff, and now, you know, like throwing Ultra HD in there was just one more way to to market new TVs. Because people are like, they got HD and they're like 4K, Ultra HD, 4K. Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Gotta sell TVs. All right, that one's glorious. Wow. So I guess I already did most of the heavy lifting here. It would appear, at least for quite a few things. That's good news. See that? I don't know. I just couldn't get over far enough to get his head in there the whole time. Well, let's see. Highlights. By the way, you know, talking about some of these, as I said, I'll be doing them ungraded and graded anyway, but it's sometimes fun to, as you know, I'm a fan of plugins. See what, maybe not his rear end here. Let's get a better shot.